What should you do? That is the question. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Rayleigh Bradshaw and I am a writer of new adult historical fiction. Currently working on my debut novel Untamable, which is a Western fiction that I'm super excited about. I'm currently working on revisions for that book during Camp NaNoWriMo of this month. I've got a bunch of other videos on that I will link up in the cards if you are interested in that. But today I am really excited to bring you a collab video. I have teamed up with the oh so wonderful and beautiful and talented Rebecca Rodriguez to bring you something very special. With spring in the air, Camp NaNoWriMo in full swing, there are a lot of bunnies around. Today, we are talking not about the ones with the fluffy little tails and the cute ears and the soft fur. We are talking about plot bunnies. Plot bunnies can be pretty cute, but they can also be super distracting when you've got some work to do. What are plot bunnies, you might ask? Plot bunnies are those little ideas that come to you seemingly in all the wrong times. They come to you while you are working on your book, trying really hard to concentrate, and then all of a sudden they just hop right into view, and as hard as you try to ignore them, they're really distracting. Like, you cannot even focus on the task at hand because these little plot bunnies are hopping around in your head, being cute, getting you all excited. I think they're called plot bunnies because just like bunnies, they multiply quickly. It's that shiny new idea that comes right when you are in the midst of working on a specific project. So this could be, you know, ideas for a brand new book or a brand new series that you're like, oh, this is gonna change everything, and you can see it all clearly in your head. You can see the characters maybe, or it's just a vague idea, but either way, whether it's a vague idea or a fully fleshed out plot with characters and world building and all of those things, whatever it may be, the ideas multiply quickly and you can't seem to get them out of your head. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips to help you deal with plot bunnies when they hop into your line of vision. So tip number 1, what should you do when you come across a fleeting plot bunny? When you're in the midst of heavy drafting or revising or editing, it can be really tempting to just keep pushing the plot bunny away and just, no, can't think about that right now, no. Or it'll be really tempting to drop what you're doing and start writing this new idea. The way that I like to deal with plot bunnies when they come to me is I catch them. I don't let them get away. Well, maybe at first. If it's just going to be a really fleeting plot bunny that just darts by and then it's gone, I don't worry about it. Because I think it was Stephen King who said he doesn't write down story ideas when they come to him, because if it's a good enough idea, it will not leave his head. And so he doesn't worry about writing it down. And so I kind of take that philosophy to a certain extent. When a plot bunny comes hopping through my mind, I will let it hop on by. And if it continues away, I don't worry about it. In my mind, I'm like, okay, it was just an idea because my creative juices are flowing right now. However, if the bunny keeps hopping back and forth across my mind and starts multiplying, that's when I'm like, okay, I will not be able to focus on my work in progress with these plot bunnies multiplying in my head. So what I do is I catch those bunnies and I write them down somewhere else. So I actually have a document on my computer called Story Ideas, and that's where I release every plot bunny that comes to me that I catch. So I will write in detail everything that's coming to my head, every idea, every character, every plot point, and I'll write as much as it takes, just for as long as it takes to get the idea out without actually writing the book idea, if that makes any sense. So I'll write the concept, I'll write down the names of the characters, I'll write down specific scenes. I won't actually write out the scene, but I'll write down the scene idea. Like, I'll just write everything that comes to my mind, and I'll leave it in that document, and I just know that it's there safe, and I can keep adding to it as new ideas come to me. So I've got several story ideas going on this document now, and will I write all of them? I don't know. I would like to. I'm excited about all of them, And my excitement for all of them and ideas for all of them come at different times. So I might get plot bunnies for one of those book ideas, and I'll write them down and then leave them. And then several months later, I'll get new ideas for that same story, and I'll just go in and leave them there, and then I leave it at that. I don't sit down and start writing the book because I want to keep my focus on the work in progress at hand. So that's what I do. Question number 2 is, can you have too many plot bunnies? And what do you do when you have too many? In my mind, I don't think you can have too many. I mean, maybe you can, but that's never really my problem. In my mind, I'm like, I want to be writing for the rest of my life, and so it's good to not run out of ideas. I like that by the time I'm done writing Untamable and everything is finished, I have this whole document full of story ideas that I can turn to, and all of them are ones that I'm excited about. So for me, you can never have too many, but if you have a lot that just keep coming, new idea after new idea after new idea, these like in continuous waves, and you cannot focus on your book, maybe that says something about how boring your book is, and maybe that's an idea that you need to drop. I'm not saying that's the case every time, but it's something to think about. If you have been trying to work on your work in progress for a long time and you can't stop getting new ideas that you feel like are better, maybe it's time to explore one of those new ideas, whichever one is the most exciting to you, and maybe just explore it for a little while until you get sick of it. And then if you feel like, no, I should go back to that first work in progress because that was better and this was just a distraction, hey, you've learned from it. Otherwise, I would say you can't have too many plot bunnies. The ones that you feel like won't go away, put them in a safe space and leave them there while you're working on your book. That's what I would say. Question number 3 is there any such thing as a bad plot bunny? Definitely. I feel like when you are in a creative space, you're going to have a lot of ideas come to you, and I don't think you will be able to tell right off the bat if a plot bunny is a good one or a bad one. That's why I say regardless of whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, if it keeps coming to you, write it down somewhere where you can just forget about it for the time being and feel confident that you can return to it when you need to. Because I feel like when it comes down to it, once you've got all these plot bunnies in a cage and you can compare them against each other, it'll be a little bit easier to tell which ones are the good ones and which ones are the bad ones. Sometimes you probably won't know if it's a bad idea until you start trying to write it. But either way, I don't feel like you should give in to the plot bunnies right away, so I wouldn't worry about whether or not it's a good one or a bad one. Yeah. So that's all I have to say on the topic of plot bunnies today. Hop on over to Rebecca's channel where she will share another 3 tips that can help you know how to deal with plot bunnies when they come hopping into your line of vision and distract you from your work. I hope that your writing is going well, whether you are participating in Camp NaNoWriMo or not. Happy writing and good luck dealing with those plot bunnies, everybody. Happy Easter. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Would you come and take a walk with me? We'll cross over the mountains and we'll reach the pale blue sea. I love you. I'm so glad you love me too. And I